Good morning, good morning. This is Robin from Roaming with Rover, and here we are with our Advent again. And we are pulling way down here. Look at that. We are pulling the Daily Desjarling, and I'm probably saying that wrong, second flush black tea. Now, when I saw that second flush, I wondered what that was because I've never heard of that. I don't have a lot of experience with Desjarling, so I wanted to know what that was all about. So let's get this thing brewing and then see what that means. Smells really good. Okay, get that in there. And yet again, I have forgot to bring a spoon. Good thing we've got this figured out, how to get it to stir in this cup. And look, gonna get that seeping. That water was boiling hot again. Okay, Daily Desjarling, second flush black tea. It smells like black tea to me. And it is 100% black tea. All right. So when I looked up Desjarling tea, it just said that there was a first flush and a second flush. And all that meant was cuttings, the first cutting and the second cutting. The first cutting was done in the spring, and the second cutting was done in the summer. And the first cutting was, the tea would be lighter. So when you brew it up, it would be lighter, and it would not have as heavy of a flavor. The second cutting would be darker, and it would have a little bit stronger flavor, a little more floral flavor. So very interesting. Had no idea. Definitely has a little stronger flavor or scent now. The Desjarling apparently is the type of leaf that is being used for the black tea. We are learning so much about tea. I had no idea. I was not very knowledgeable about teas, and I'm really glad that I am taking some time to learn about these different things about teas. I had no idea. And it's funny because I've always enjoyed teas, and I just I don't know, taking it for granted. Yeah, I guess that is it. I just took it for granted that tea was tea. And I knew there was green tea, and I knew there was black tea, and white tea. I knew that was a different kind of a leaf. But I never really thought much about the different, I guess I thought the different things were different spices that went into it, like the chai spices and, the ginger and the vanilla and things like that gave it different flavors. But it never occurred to me that there were different leaves that gave it different kinds of flavors. Like this, the Desjarling is a different leaf. And what was it the other day that we learned was a different leaf the Tulsi was a different leaf that gave it a different flavor. And there was another one that gave it a different flavor. And the different times of year that they're grown, and the different times of year that they're cut. And tea is a big, and I knew that. I knew tea was a big deal, and I knew that there was a lot that went into making it taste different, and different not additives. Yeah, I guess additives, if you add something, that's an additive. Different things that they put into it give it different flavors, and some of the things they put into it can make it extremely expensive, And the matchas, oh, the matchas can add a tremendously different flavor to it. I am not a fan of matcha. To me, that tastes like dirt. But then again, that goes back to what we talked about the other day, how different brands and different preparations can make things taste different. So it could just be the ones that I have tried don't taste very good. What about you guys? Have you had the matchas? I know my grandson loves matcha tea. So maybe I just need to try some different ones and be a little more open-minded about it. So my first experience with matcha tea was not a good experience. And maybe I need to be a little more open-minded and try some different ones. Because after my first experience, every time somebody presents me with matcha, I'm like, no. So this has shown me that I need to be a little more open-minded about things. Because I've really enjoyed, there hasn't been a single one of these that I have not been able to drink. I think there's really only been one that I would say I would not go out of my way to even have again. And I didn't not like it. I drank the whole thing. So that's been interesting. And that's been really interesting. And I thought I wasn't going to like it at all. And it was fine. Still have some turmerics that we haven't had yet that I still always think I'm not going to like the turmerics. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's give this a try. Yeah, I'm really interested. How do you guys feel about the matchas? So this is a black tea. It is not as dark definitely not as dark as my basic black tea that I would get, but it is darker than a lot of the teas that we have. Okay, so this is the Darjeeling Second Flush Black Tea. Smells good. Does not have a strong flavor of anything. Tastes like just a regular cup of plain old black tea. I like it. Yes, I absolutely like it. This is something that I could just sit and enjoy if I were to just get myself a cup of plain old tea. This is what I would anticipate it tasting like. So, I like it. It's very basic tea to me. Yeah, it's good. I approve. I approve of the Second Flush Black Tea. Daily Darjeeling Second Flush Black Tea. Now I'm curious to see if we're going to have a first flush in here somewhere. That's going to be... Should I peek? Should I peek? Says we are. Okay, we'll see. It's so funny because the list of the contents do not match where they are in there at all. So somewhere in there we're going to have a first flush. So I'm going to be curious to see how much less strong, weaker, how much of a weaker flavor that's going to be. This is quite nice. Yeah, I like that. Very, very pleasant. Okay, we've got a full day today. Doctor's appointments and grocery stores, but we are going to do something fun, and I will try to get a few pictures and add that into an upcoming video. There's a museum in town. It's an old house that was built by a very famous architect, his name escapes me right now, and it was his family home. Is that correct? I could be wrong. It could be a family home that was built by I don't know. Now I'm getting it all wrong. A famous architect built this home. Could have been for a rich family from our community. Anyway, every year at Christmas, they have it set up as if the family were living there, and they have an area set up as a room where they were going to have the family meal and the kitchen. They bake cookies in there, and so it's just all decorated up as if Christmas were happening in there. And it's a fun thing to go through once in a while. So it's what one of the mansions would have been back in the day. Of course, nowadays it's not even comparatively large. It's not even as big as what a large house would be. But back in the day, it was a mansion, and it has a house out back where the stables were, the horseless carriages were kept, and they open that up and you can walk around in there. But it's just fun the way they have it all decorated up. And there's even an evening, it won't be today, but there's even an evening set up where they have a dance, a cotillion going on in there, and that's always fun. But they have actors and actresses in there doing little scenes as if there were a family gathering going on there. Anyway, it's a fun thing to go and see, and we haven't been there in several years. So Mr. and I are going to go and visit that today. So got a fun day planned, and I'm going to sit here and enjoy my tea. I hope that you guys have been able to sit down and take a little 10-minute break and enjoy a cuppa with me. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.